You have to get very detailed about the vision itself, because number one, if you don't know what the vision is, nobody else is going to. Hey mommies, welcome back to my channel, and if you are new here, welcome. This is Mommy's with Purpose, and I am Shama. You already know, hitting you up with vulnerability and transparency to get you closer to your purpose. Alrighty, now listen here, I welcome you into this brand new year, and before I even decide to go any further, I think we need to get something straight from jump. In this today, we are talking about goals and visions. Now, we are at the beginning of 2021, and I don't know about you, but it is most definitely the best time of year to get our priorities in order, to set everything straight, to set the tone for what we want this year to look like. Even these last few days, I still feel like there's time for us to get it together. And I think a lot of the times why we have issues in prioritizing, especially when we're talking about us as mothers who are trying to get our lives together with our purpose and to do what we want to do, whether that's go back to school, write the book, become an entrepreneur, start the business, whatever the case may be. It is important for us to understand the difference between goals and visions. And I think the issue is that we kind of get it mixed up. We get it meshed up together. We don't really know sometimes the difference between the two, or how to categorize them and how to really use them to our own advantage. But don't worry about it, sis. I got you. I'm going to help you get it in order. That's what our heel is for. But listen, this is what I want you to see. This is what I want you to understand. The vision is the overall picture. If you wanted to, let's say, create a soccer team, the overall vision is the soccer team itself, to have a soccer team. Now, goals are steps that you take in order to get to the vision. Steps that you take in order to make sure, and things that you do in order to make sure that you meet the goal, you meet the vision. For example, going back to the soccer team analogy, the overall vision is to have the soccer team. But when we're talking about goals, it's the steps that you take in order to get to that soccer team. So finding out what materials you need to create a soccer team, finding people to play on the soccer team, finding coaches to guide the soccer players, finding equipment to make sure that your soccer team survives. You know, I'm just going on the limb. I don't know what it takes to create a soccer team, but this is just the idea that I'm trying to give you to make you understand the difference between visions and goals. I think we have to get in order what is which and what are we doing, because sometimes we think in the beginning of the year that looks like our resolution. Sometimes that looks like whatever the case may be. And yes, you may have goals that you want to accomplish in the beginning of the year, but are these goals aligned with the vision at the end? Or are these just goals that you just want to accomplish by the end of the year, but they have no vision attached to them? Sometimes the reason why we look back in our lives to really calculate, have we done something important? Have we accomplished whatever it is that we have set out to accomplish? I feel like when we look back, sometimes we get discouraged because we never really set an overall vision for the goals that we had set. For example, beginning of the year, it's like, okay, lose weight, read 3 books, save $200. Let's say if that was the goal, you know. What is saving $200, losing weight, and reading books attached to? Is it just to make sure that, okay, I read books, I lost weight, and I saved? Where is this strategy going? When you don't have a vision, when you don't have a purpose, sometimes it could be very discouraging when you see that you're killing these things that you have in mind or you had in line for yourself to meet. You'll realize later on, like, dang, what is this actually for? I don't even know where this is going. I'm just losing more pounds. I'm just reading, adding to the library. I'm just whatever. But I want you to set the tone. What is your overall goal? What is your number one purpose that God has put you on this earth for and to do? What is it? Once you figure that out, list down all the steps that you think it's going to take for you to get to this place. When we do our goals in the beginning of the year, we think that's just it. No, remember, it's just a slice to the overall pizza. So in each slice individually itself, there should be steps that you have to take in order to do that. So they all kind of just come down to creating more slices and more slices and more slices. And this is how you kind of guide yourself throughout an entire 12-month period to complete the full year. Because yes, I can say I want to create a soccer team. Yes, I can say I need to find teammates, but there are things that need to happen before I can go and create the entire soccer team. There are things that need to happen before I can find the uniform. There are things and researches that I need to do before I can actually go find the coach. What am I finding the coach for? What kind of coach am I looking for? You know, these are how you should align your goals and your vision. So here's the steps I would invite you to take when you're setting your goals and your visions. Number one, sit down and write down exactly what the vision is. The vision is to become a doctor. The vision is to open a store. The vision is to blah, blah, blah. Now that you have the vision, write down what steps that you need to take in order to get to those visions. I need to think about location. I need to get a degree. I need to do my research on what type of doctor I want to be. I want to make sure that I am debt free by this point, blah, blah, blah. And from there, you create little micro things that you need to do throughout your months, throughout the week, to get to to accomplishing those goals. I would even set them in towards quarters. By this first quarter of the year, I expect to have this, that, and this aligned. So the first thing that I'm going to take and accomplish that in January. Second thing, February. Third thing, March. At that point, the first quarter should be complete. You have to get very detailed about the vision itself, because number one, if you don't know what the vision is, nobody else is going to. I'm just letting you know. If you're not crystal clear about what it is and where you're going, it's not going to be crystal clear for anybody else, and not even yourself. Listen, so you have to get down to the wire of what it's going to be. Get down to figuring out what the entire vision is. It's on purpose, for a purpose, with the purpose. So you need to sit down and think about the overall goal and vision and invite God in the midst. And then from there, you need to figure out the goals or the steps that you need to take in order to get to that. So I hope I made it crystal clear for you, my sis, about goals and visions. But overall, I do wish you guys the best 2021 and most productive 2021 as possible. And you know, if your sis can help it, which I will and which I can, I'm going to continue to help you on this journey, getting you right, you know, what your goals, your vision, your dreams, or whatever the case may be. But other than that, you can holler at me on another day for another mommy chat.